On this week's 2-minute tip, getting back to the basics of drip tape. So we use drip tape a lot in our vegetable garden and have shown a lot of that in our videos over the years. We still get questions from people asking what actually is drip tape and how does it work. So drip tape is a collapsible polyethylene tubing here that lays flat when not in use, and when you have your water on it becomes pressurized. This tape swells up and becomes round. The drip tape has emitters that are equally spaced along the tape. Now the emitters is where the water comes out, and you don't have to punch these holes in the tape yourself. They're already punched in there, equally spaced along the tape. Now this tape right here that we sell, and most all of your drip tapes, are going to have a water output of 0.4 gallons per minute per 100 feet of tape. So that means if you had 1,000 feet of tape ran in your vegetable garden, you'd be putting out 4 gallons a minute along that entire system. Now this right here is our mainline tubing. You also hear it called supply line or header line, and this is what's going to feed the individual lines of drip tape running through your garden. So at the beginning of each row of tape, you have this piece right here called a drip tape row start, and this is what's going to connect the drip tape to the actual header line that's going to feed the tape. And at the end of each row of tape, you're going to have this little piece right here called a drip tape row end, and this is what's going to seal off the tape at the end of the row and create that equalized pressure along that entire length of drip tape. Now we also get a lot of people who ask if drip tape is similar to soaker hose. Now whereas drip tape is very consistent as far as the water output along the length of the tape, these soaker hoses are very inconsistent, and you can get a lot of variable water output along the length of this soaker hose here. These things are usually made out of recycled rubber, and they can get pretty brittle. They don't last very long. They sit out in the sun a while and they'll just tear and break like that right there. And these things are also a lot more pricey than drip tape. So soaker hose is going to run you on average about 40 to 50 cents a foot, whereas drip tape, it's only going to cost you about 4 cents a foot. So the drip tape is going to allow you to provide that frequent, slow watering to your garden plants so they never become stressed, and as a result you'll end up with a greater harvest and a better garden overall. Hope you enjoyed this week's 2-minute tip. We'll see you next week.